They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Absolutely nowhere. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 1.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Bridgewater. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. Colby Listenby. His 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And this will be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton. And he fires Here's one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jamario Davis. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
To throw again, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. To throw, Bridgewater. He's going to go deep for Conley. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And this return is going to be halted. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry. Mike 48, Mike 48. I got you,
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Ready? I said it's 3. Hey, that's good. That's
good. On 3rd down, Newton able to find Isabella. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
First down, Panthers.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
13 yards.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game.
Red green! Red green!
Check 91, 91.
Gun.
91. I'm coming.
Now Newton on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Gun.
Throwing on second and long. Newton, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 21-0 our score after one. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. That ball complete to Isabella. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
On now, Graham Gano. He's hit from 63 as recently as last year. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Kamara try the right side. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On second down now, Winters. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Hey, man, watch the boot. Mike.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds. This will depend on where they spot it. And they'll say at the 45. They've gone to the 2nd quarter in Buffalo. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Panthers' 46-yard line.
On 2nd and a yard, Bridgewater. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Bridgewater. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Alex Anzalone, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. After the sack on first down, Newton, and he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball down.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. Colby Lisenby. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the fourth most in a single season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Let's go, at their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
On second down and 4, Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
25, check 20. Check 25. 20. 48.
On first down, Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Newton's Super Bowl nemesis, Von Miller, in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The second quarter score from Cincinnati, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You can't stop me. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Come on. I got you, son. I got you, son. Mike's ready.
On third down, Bridgewater. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. They fake the give. Newton. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now a run with McCaffrey. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
You better be ready. 20.
From the 35 on second down, Newton throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And that takes us from second to third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, alert 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. On deck, punt.
Check, check. Lucky.
Hey.
Lucky. 20. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 8, 8.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit.
It got his man complete. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Conley, 84 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
It's a loss of 8 there on the 1st down play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Bridgewater. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. Caught here by Conley. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Gardner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Newton now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. Now here's a first down throw that's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Watch the screen.
To the air again, Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Kill. Chance. 36.
Again, Newton. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready? Check. 48's the mic. All day, baby.
Throwing again. Newton. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
To throw on 3rd down. Newton. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
He's coming. We got double up. Watch twist.
Gun.
48's Mike. Yo.
They snap it to Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
13 yards, first down, Panthers. To throw is Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Spins by, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Gun. Check. Check that.
Now Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. The Panthers going for it on fourth. Newton taking a shot for... And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Again, it's Kamara. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
and they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Hey.
Wide. Get wide. Check. Fresno. Check 3.
20.
He's coming. Double up.
20.
He's coming. Double up.
Back to throw. Newton. Over the middle. That's hauled in by Isabella. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Check 91, 91, right 91. Good it.
Slam.
8.
Hustle. 91 is the mic.
8.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
8.
Deuce.
20.
Say.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. Delay of game penalty ships them back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10.
Great.
Coverage. Check 91. 91 is the mic. Mike 91. 91 is the mic. Watch the call.
From the gun, here's Newton. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Check 48.
8.
48's the mic. Hey, here I come.
Gun.
Check 4.
One last throw here for Newton. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone, as time has run out on this ball game. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Saints, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.